obvious that once one has been committed to High Court for trial, you cannot reopen the case for investigation. It's no brain. Even an ordinary person, a lay person would know this, that the jurisdiction of this honorable court is exhausted at a time when committal proceedings are conducted. In other words, we have a doctrine of functus official. Once the lower court has exhausted its powers, its jurisdiction, its mandate, it becomes functus official. In other words, its hands are tied. You have no choice but to terminate the proceedings. So that is the thing. This magistrate had no choice but to terminate all the proceedings relating to Dr. Besigye's case after conducting the committal proceedings on the 29th of May. And this is being actually waste of time. Waste of time. But on the side of the case, in regards to the merits of the matter, the substantive case before the High Court right now, it's a huge blow to the state, in that they wanted this evidence to support their charges. And it's the reason they put in this application, so that court could issue an order to allow them access the data on Dr. Besigye and Obeid Lutale's phones, which court has now rejected because they have no jurisdiction. Obviously, as we explained, they had a dilemma. They were in a catch-22 situation. They were placed between a rock and a hard surface. They had 6 months within which to conduct the investigations, which lapsed on the 20th of May. But at that time, by that time rather, they had not exhausted all the investigations. And all they had to do is to admit Dr. Besigye on mandatory bail in accordance with the provisions of Article 22 of the Constitution. Yet they never wanted Dr. Besigye released. So they had to keep him on remand under all circumstances. But their time had run out. They had to close the case at that time. But they still had a pending application to access data, which they had to pursue. And there was no way they could still keep Dr. Besigye on remand after the expiry of the mandatory remand period of 180 days. So that's the catch-22 situation they had to deal with. So they wanted two things. One, to have Dr. Besigye on remand, but at the same time continue investigations even after the mandatory period of remand. They couldn't achieve both. So they had to go with one of the two. Either you could have Dr. Besigye released on mandatory remand and continue with investigations until such a time when you are done and ready to proceed with the hearing, or you have Dr. Besigye committed to High Court for trial, and you forget all about the evidence which you wanted to substantiate your case. So that's where they are. So now where we stand today, they cannot have this critical evidence that they want to support their case. Because now, magistrate has, and rightly so, decided that she has no jurisdiction because she's functus official, she exhausted that jurisdiction, and therefore they cannot proceed with the application to access Dr. Besigye's information. That has far-reaching implications on the merits of the matter.